おはようございます。はじめまして、ソラです。趣味は Twitch と YouTube. Today, we will be learning Japanese by a Japanese teacher from Japan. This is episode 1 of hopefully a multi-part series of which I will be able to hold a conversation with my Japanese instructor and play some games in Japanese. Watch along if you want to, I guess, or don't. I don't really care. You might pick up a few things along the way. Without further ado, time to start the video. We are recording.
Yay! Alright, so going to the classroom. My name is Ashley Sensei. Introduce yourself.
Why?
Why? What do you mean, why?
Why do I have to introduce myself?
You do.
But
That's
why? Fine.
It's important. In a Japanese classroom, we'll say Aisatsu. Aisatsu means introduction. Please
Aisatsu?
introduce yourself.
Aisatsu? Aisatsu?
Yes. Perfect.
Wait, is it with a T or no T?
Aisatsu. So it's TSU, but the su sound in Japanese is tsu.
Su.
Yes.
Aisatsu.
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 Oh, perfect.
Okay. So, fine. What do I say? How do I introduce myself properly?
Oh, in Japanese? Oh, we're going a little fast. Okay.
Fine,
So,
okay.
today's
No, let's go in
lesson-
order.
today's
No, let's go in
lesson-
order. No, let's go in order. Fine, let's go in order. Let's go in order. I am
today-
Sora.
Yay!
Sora Mashiyasu.
Sora.
I play games and stuff. Words. With Riz. Does that work?
Oh, with Riz, perfect.
Yeah. Meow.
Meow. Very good. So, Sora, today there's 3 sections of my lesson. First
Okay.
lesson that's most important. This you'll have to practice maybe on your own time. The 2 alphabets. Technically there's 3, but we're not going to touch kanji right now.
Isn't
Most
that the most
important for
popular?
you is to learn hiragana and katakana. So hiragana, I think, would be most popular. So elementary students, when they don't know how to write a katakana or a kanji word, they'll just use hiragana.
Uh-huh.
So it'll all be one very long sentence. Hiragana. Katakana is mainly used for English borrowed words. Or so if you have an English name, so my name's Ashley, so I'll use katakana to spell my name. So katakana is used for things like salad, sarada, or McDonald's or KFC, Kentucky. It's always spelled with katakana. So words borrowed from English or any other language will be spelled with katakana. Hiragana, you can spell every kanji word with hiragana, but because there's no spaces in Japanese, you'll use hiragana and eventually kanji to differentiate where spaces will be, if that makes sense. So if you'll notice, katakana and hiragana have the same sounds. So there's a, I, u, e, o vowels.
Oh, yeah. A, e, u, e, o.
Oh, perfect. A, I, u, e, o.
Yeah, those
So
are the
then
Spanish.
going
Those are the Spanish ones. So it's though in Spanish it would be a, e, I. Oh fuck! I forgot. A, e, I, o. The words a, e, I, o, u. El burro sabe más que tú. Yeah. It would be like that.
Very good. So we have a, I, u, e, o. These are just a, I, u, e, o at this top line on the hiragana.
Uh-huh.
And then going down, it just follows the same pattern, but it changes the consonant sound. So aki, ku, ke, ko.
Aki, ku, ke, ko.
Good. And then ashi, su, se, so.
Ashi, su, se, so.
Good. And then T sound. Ta, chi, su, te, to.
Ta, chi. Right?
Tsu.
Su.
Yeah. Ta, chi, tsu.
Ta, chi, tsu. Su.
Tsu.
Su.
Yeah. Te.
Te.
to.
To.
So I think this T line is the most difficult because there's a chi sound, so chi,
Mm-hmm.
chi, and then su, tsu, teto. So I think big issue is people
Si.
mispronouncing su
Si.
and tsu.
Si. Su. Si.
Yes. Su and tsu.
Su and t.
Yes. Okay, good. You're gonna really enunciate.
So you
that.
have to
And then-
sneeze.
yeah, you have to. Tsu snu. Next
Tsu.
line is n. So na ni nu ne no.
Na ni nu ne no.
Good. Next line is h. Ha he fu he ho.
Ha he fu he ho.
Yes. Yes. So this u sound with h is fu.
So like with an F?
Yeah, like with an f. Fu.
Fu. Hold on, give me a sec. My
Yes.
headphones are dying. Fu.
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 So, and
Fu.
then the next line after that. Very good. Yes, that's perfect. Next line is M. So ma, mi, mu, me, mo.
Ma mi mu me mo.
Good. That was perfect. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo.
Ma mi mu me mo.
Good. So next, the Y sound only has 3 sounds. So you're gonna have ya, you, and yo.
Yeah, you and yo.
Yeah. Ya,
Is there a reason
you,
why there's
yo.
only 3?
I don't know, but so Japanese is a lot of like sound specifics. So
Mm-hmm.
everything that's spelt the way it is, it's almost always pronounced exactly the way it is. So you know how like in English we'll have kind of sounds that don't look the way they're supposed to be pronounced. So like Ashley would like for a natural not non-natural speaker would maybe pronounce it Ashwy.
Why?
But that Y makes an E sound, or like CH. So usually like a C could be a K sound, but with an H it makes a Ch sound. So that's the difference between like Japanese, which is a phonetic language, and English, which is kind of a case by case
Mm-hmm.
language where certain combinations change things. So all of these symbols will be pronounced the way they are, with the exception of ha, that first HA sound, ha.
Mm-hmm.
That can occasionally be pronounced wa,
Hua? Wa?
wa.
Wa?
Yeah, so that H can
So
be
replace like the H with a U or what?
with a W, so wa.
Oh. Wa?
So I don't know why there's only
Ha?
ya,
wa?
you, and yo. Yeah, ha and wa, but there is also a wa. I know this is where it gets a little confusing, but at least it's pretty consistent with the rules. But you'll see in a second. So let's do Y. Yeah, you.
Hold on. Wait. Audio. There, I can hear you now.
With the R sound.
Okay.
Okay, next. The R sound. Also where things get a little because Japanese does not have an L sound. You know, like it would be so you're gonna have to think about this. In English, tongue is the roof of your mouth.
What?
When you say R, your tongue drops down. And
Okay, so
and R.
la?
So, or L. Anything with an L sound, your tongue will touch the roof of your mouth. In English.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with an R sound, your tongue will drop down to the bottom of your mouth. So you will say roof, and your tongue will be low, but you'll say loofah, and your tongue will touch the top of your mouth.
Do you guys
So,
roll your R's at all?
We don't roll our R's in Japanese, but what happens is for the R sounds, your tongue is gonna touch the roof of your mouth, but you're gonna try to make an R sound. So you say da, di, ru, de, do. That's the R sound in Japanese. Da,
Ra,
di, ru, de, do.
ra, ri, ru, re, ro.
Oh, yes, that's good. So ra, di, ru, de, do.
Ra, ri, ru, re, ro. I'm trying not to roll it, but I think I'm accidentally rolling it.
I can hear you trying to roll it, but it's okay. I think you're doing a lot better than most naturally, like only English speakers that don't have Spanish.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of the pronunciation. It tends to be the same with having to roll your R's, sort of like using the top instead of the bottom. I know what you're talking about. Because I'm struggling.
It's really
not
good.
rolling.
That was really, really, really good. That was really good. That last one you just did. Da-di-do-de-do.
Ra-ri-ru-ra-ro.
Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect.
I'm struggling not to roll it.
Subarashi!
I can't. I'm struggling not to roll it.
Oh, so like, maybe I don't know if you know the game Yakuza, right? Like they'll.
I have not
It's like
played the
roll.
game.
They'll roll their R's. So like Yankee talk, they will roll their R's. But that's like a way later lesson. That's like Japanese slang. We're learning.
So that's improper
basics.
Japanese.
I wouldn't say improper, but it's something we'll learn a little later.
Well, it's not formal.
Yeah, it's definitely not formal, but formal has a lot of meanings. Because when you're in Japan, I feel like most people don't use formal Japanese. Same way you're in America, maybe in America or Mexico. People don't always speak super formally. They speak very casually.
Uh-huh.
All right, next line. We have 3 more lines to go. So we have wa with a W, wa.
Wa.
And wo.
Wo. Wa, wo. That's easy.
So that W line will only have 2. Wa and wo.
Wa, wo. So W-A and W-O, okay.
Yes. And the last line is
what?
Just an N sound. Yes. So I think this one is the only one that'll be like kind of an individual sound. So it's technically 2 N's, but it's only pronounced with 1 N.
Why do you have 2 N's? I don't get it.
It's
special?
just like that. Everything in Japanese, other than a, I, U, E, O, and we'll have 2 letters. So K-A, ka. Ki, 2 letters. K-I, ki. And then same thing with you. K-U, ku. 2 letters. K-E, ke. And K-O, ko.
Okay.
I can't explain why, but that's just the way it is.
Okay.
Okay, this is where things get a little complicated. So, you see that K line, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko?
Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko?
Yes. So if you look at the bottom of this hiragana sheet, there's G, Z, D, B, and P. So that ka line, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko, if you add these little apostrophes to it, it becomes the G sound. So ga, gi, gu, ge, go.
Ga, gi, gu, ge, go.
Perfect. So S line, you add those little apostrophes to it, it becomes za, ji, zu, ze, zo.
Za, zi, zu, ji, za, ji, zu, se, ze, ze, zo.
Yes.
Za, zi, ji, za, ji, zu, ze, zo.
Yes, perfect. Next line. So you take that T line and the apostrophes. I don't know what else to call them right now, but the apostrophes, we'll call them. So it's ta, da. So ta becomes da.
Ta, da, da. Ta-da!
Yes, ta-da! Perfect.
Da.
This is a little complicated. So, da, di, do, de, do for now.
Why?
Because so with katakana, it's the same thing. So you see this ta line over here, tachitsu teto.
Tachitsuteto.
Yeah, so this can be da d. So like in English words d, but sometimes it'll change. But it's not important right now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
da di do dedo.
Da di do dedo.
Yes. Okay, so when you take that ha line at the apostrophes, it becomes a B sound. So ba, bi, bu, be, bo.
Ba bi bu be bo.
Yes. And then take that same H line. Instead of apostrophes, there's a little circle at the very bottom of this hiragana sheet. You see a little circle? So it becomes pa, hi, pu, he, ho.
Pa pi pu pe po.
Subarashi. Good. So on the right side of this hiragana chart, you're gonna see ki with like a little letter, like a smaller ya. So all of these are ya, yu, yo. But when you combine them, this is where you get kya, kyu, kyo.
Kya, kyu, kyo.
So yes, you're adding a consonant sound with something more specific. So instead of ka, you're getting kya.
Kya.
Yes, so kya, kyu, kyo.
Kya,
Next line, the apostrophes with the G's that we learned before. For ga, gi, gu, ge, go. So now you have gya, gyu, gyo. So a little rule of thumb, you see this like column of I sounds, e, ki, shi, chi, ni, he, and me, right? Like all of these E sounds. These are the sounds that will be combined with ya, you, and yo. So we call it chisai ya or chisai yu, which means like little ya, little you, or little yo. That changes it to like a combined sound. So you're getting like KYA, kya, or GYA, kya, or SHA, sha. So this one takes a little practice, and I think you learn it the best when you have more real world experience with words, like once you get used to reading the regular hiragana, to combine these into other things.
So is that to shorten it or what?
It's not to shorten it, but it makes a different sound. So I think this is what's really difficult about hiragana and katakana. There is already 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 6 sounds, just hiragana. Then you add these little apostrophes, and you get another 5, 25, another extra 25 sounds. Then you add these chisai ya, yus, and yos. You get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33. 33 different sounds. But it's... Don't get overwhelmed. It's okay. It's okay. That's why I think it's really important to learn how to just say stuff and then alphabet later, especially if you don't live in Japan actively. Because the most part, I'm trying to teach you how to speak Japanese, not how to read it right away. Because reading is just a whole nother beast, because if you just try to open a book right now, there's going to be a lot of kanji. But what's nice... Little fun fact, if you open things like Shonen Jump, if you like reading manga, a lot of middle schoolers haven't learned all of the kanji yet, right? So when you open Shonen Jump, there'll be kanji, but they'll put hiragana right next to it. We call it furigana. So the furigana is how you pronounce that kanji. So long as you kind of can just read basic hiragana, you're cruising.
So hiragana is like the default?
Hiragana is the default. So katakana is the same exact sounds that I just taught you, but just different symbols to differentiate the word. So like...
I, u, e, o, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko, sa, shi. Sa, shi? Right?
Yes. Yes.
さしすせそたちすてとなにぬねのはひふへほまみむめもやゆよらりるらり can't roll it I don't want to roll it らりるれろらりるれろ
Yes, that's perfect.
わうに
Wa, wo,
わを
ni.
に
Or, or sorry, is better. So,
うん
ni is
うん
a different sound. So, na, ni, ne, no. But then, it's very difficult. You just have to go, It's kind of just like you're grunting, like someone punched you. You're like,
うん
Perfect. That was really good, though. That's a lot better than most of my beginner Japanese students. So you're doing perfect. So today's lesson, after hiragana, we're going to focus on greetings. So in English, we'll say aisatsu.
挨拶
Aisatsu.
挨拶
Very good. So your aisatsu are going to be your, how do I say this? Like, like you say hello, good morning, how are you, good night.
So
then in Japan-
aisatsu means greeting then, or what does it mean?
It means greeting. So in schools in Japan, I'm a teacher, right?
Uh-huh.
So if my students don't greet me properly, the other teachers will go aisatsu, right? Like greet her properly. So give her a proper hello, give her a proper good morning, give her
Aisatsu.
a proper hello.
Okay.
Aisatsu.
Aisatsu.
And our next part of the lesson is self-introduction. So, in Japanese, we call it the Jiko Shokai.
Jiko shokai.
Yes, Jiko Shokai.
Jiko shokai.
Yes, your self-introduction. And I think these two are very important because greetings you'll use all the time in passing or just to be polite. And I think a self-introduction is really good because learning how to listen to Japanese, I think, is more difficult than learning how to just speak Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very good if you can kind of talk at people first. These two are very good. So, greetings. You probably might know quite a few of these already. So, good morning. Do you know?
No.
No,
I
it's
don't-
okay. It's okay. So, our first greeting will be good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Oh,
Right?
that was very good. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Yes, very good.
You don't pronounce
so,
the U?
Some of my students do, but I think it's more natural just to go ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
So this is where it gets a little difficult with Japanese. So that ha sound, I told you, can be pronounced as wa. Sometimes the su, like in desu, which you might read, it's just pronounced des, which is
Das?
an s. Des.
Das?
So Ashley des. That's like I'm Ashley. Ashley des. Gamare. You can do your best. It's a lot of just trial and error, but I think if you say ohayo gozaimasu, people will understand you.
Ohayo
They definitely
gozaimasu.
will understand. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
But if you were to say ohayo gozaimasu,
What's the standard pace to say it at though? Like, do you have to say it fast or do you say it slow? Like, I don't know. What is the standard pace you would say it at?
all right, here's where things get complicated. So gozaimasu is very proper, very polite.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I expect my students to say to me.
Oh, so that's what you use to address someone that you would regard as above you in status.
Yes. So if I see my coworkers who I know really well, like they're the same age as me, we work all the time together. I know them every day. I just go ohayo.
Oh, okay. So Ohio just means hi, and then Ohio. Okay, so Ohio would just be hi because that's improper, and you don't just go to people that you respect and just go say hi to them, right? So
Kind
then,
of. So this is just for good morning. So imagine like you see your boss or you're the president of the United States and you're like, "Oh, good morning," right? But then you see your friends at school and you're like, "Morning." Like you don't say good morning. You just say morning or morning.
does it come
So
off
that's
as
how
impolite
Ohio.
if I just say Ohio?
Here's the best part about Japan. There's this thing called foreigner bias, where if you're saying anything in Japanese, you can just say it and they will not be offended.
Well, aren't they like I've heard that like there's a lot of like stuff that goes on and like they get angry and all that
I know,
because
but
you have
I
to be
live in the
very
middle of nowhere.
proper, I guess.
I think so. Yeah, like when I see my principal of my school, the head honcho, the
Mm-hmm.
big beans, I always hit him with "Ohayou gozaimasu," and I bow. And he usually hits me with a "hayo," which is just like morn, like just saying morning, because I'm lower than
That's
him,
not
and he's.
fair. That's not fair.
I know it's not fair, but it's Japan, and that's just how it is. You just have to roll with the punches.
I guess. Ohayou
So,
gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Just that's the
Ohayou
best one to
gozaimasu.
go with.
Okay.
Perfect.
Ohayou
Until you
gozaimasu.
make friends later in Japan, I'd say just Ohayou gozaimasu is very
If I
good.
make friends later in Japan.
You will make friends in Japan because Japanese people are very friendly and they love meeting foreigners.
But I'm a
Second
bad
word, you
foreigner. Okay.
no, you're a great foreigner. Second word, good afternoon, right? Is
Konochiwa? Konochiwa? Oh, wait. That's Konochiwa, right?
konnichiwa.
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 Yes, very good. Konnichiwa is good afternoon. I really haven't used other things outside of konnichiwa.
Konbanwa? What is that?
Konbanwa is good evening. So later at night, the sun is
Okay,
setting. Go
okay, yeah.
konbanwa.
So afternoon is past 12, and evening is, I'm assuming, like, dark. Or
I just
sunset.
say yeah, like when the sun sets,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when I'm usually like konbanwa. So sometimes after my main work, I'll go to a dinner at night, and there'll
Mm-hmm.
be teachers there. So I'll say konbanwa, like good evening. And so you'll hear that a lot on the news. You'll come home, sun is set, it's after work, and they'll be like konbanwa, and they'll continue with the news.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying good evening. This is the news for today.
Okay.
And there's not really too many differences from konnichiwa and konbanwa that aren't like considered slang, in my opinion. I always use konnichiwa with my coworkers and friends. I always use konbanwa with my coworkers and friends. It's just Ohayou gozaimasu
Ohayou
that
gozaimasu?
changes. Yeah, that's the one where I'll be like Ohayou or Hayo
Mm-hmm.
with my friends or coworkers. But Ohayou gozaimasu is always just safe. That's just the safe one.
Okay.
Okay. And then just like in English, there's a difference between good evening and good night. So good evening is like I'm seeing you for the evening. I'm gonna keep talking to you throughout the night. And then if you're saying like, oh, good night, like I'm leaving,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
That's oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi nasai.
That was perfect. Subarashi. Oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi nasai.
Good. And so sometimes with close friends, so when I see my neighbors out in the hallway and we chat at night and I'm ready to go to sleep, I just will say oyasumi.
Oyasumi.
Yes, oyasumi.
Oyasumi.
Perfect. So you can say oyasumi nasai or oyasumi.
Oyasumi nasai.
But I
Oyasumi.
generally think if you're saying, I've never had a situation where I'm saying good night to someone that I'm not very close with.
So, oyasumi is night then?
Yoru is night.
But
Oyasumi specifically, like good night.
So then what's the nasai for?
It's like a polite adjective. So in Japanese, we have something called keigo,
Mm-hmm.
which is a different style of speaking. So imagine like Old English or
Oh, okay.
something,
Yeah.
or very formal English. We
Yeah.
in Japanese we add things to a sentence
So,
that's already kind of proper.
gozamasu, sorry. So gozaimasu, right? Gozaimasu? I forgot it.
Gozaimasu, yeah.
Gozaimasu?
So
Okay.
gozaimasu is
Is
like a
also
proper thing. So
it's also an adjective too, then?
yeah, it's like an adjective. So like arigato gozaimasu. That's
Hmm.
like thank you so much, like in a very formal way. But if
Okay.
you're like your friend helps you out, just like oh arigato ne, like arigato, thank you. But if like someone helps you, that's like a higher up, you're like oh arigato gozaimasu, thank you so much,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it. Like it's that extra additive, letting them know that you're respecting their rank, that they help someone lower than them.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
maybe I think something fun in like Valorant. You play Valorant. Sometimes if you're like top frag in Japan
Uh-huh.
on Japanese servers, and your bottom frag will go "arigatou gozaimasu," like he's letting you know like you're higher rank than me. Thank you so much for carrying me without saying all of that. Just arigatou
Yeah,
gozaimasu.
but that's kind of cringe to say in this Valorant chat, like in American servers, isn't
You
it?
see, I think America we're a much more laid back language. I think there's not too much. I think there's just kind of like regular English and then
Mm-hmm.
slang. I think that's the only two we have. Whereas Japanese has kind of 3 or 4 levels of saying the same thing, but 2 different ranks.
Mm.
So I think that's where Japanese is very difficult. I think English has a lot of rules that don't apply, like I before E except after C,
We
but that
don't
doesn't
talk about
always
those. We
apply.
don't talk about those
Or
rules.
using A and an, like with so like, oh, I go to a university, even though university starts with U, versus like, oh, I don't even know an O word. So like a vowel, we use an. And
Uh-huh.
so it's very, very complex, very, very difficult. I think Japanese follows a lot of the same rules, but there's just a lot of cultural rules.
Mm-hmm.
So next one, sayonara, goodbye, right? You know that sayonara.
Sayonara.
So maybe I don't know if you've watched Yu Yu Hakusho. There's an ending that's sayonara, bye bye.
No.
So I'm
No.
old. I'm old and my back hurts.
Well, I mean, I
So,
grew up on Thundercats and Messenger Z, so I don't have much to say.
so sayonara is goodbye. Uh,
Sayonara.
mm, but lots of people in Japan, some of the first things they learn in English class is bye bye. So you'll hear that a lot on the streets,
Bye
especially
bye.
with like younger
Double
girls.
buys?
They'll just go bye bye. Or especially my students, they love see you. See you.
See you later. Yeah, see you later.
Uh,
It's because it's easier to say. See you.
but sayonara is very formal. Even
Really?
more formal. So even more formal
I
than
find that funny
sayonara.
because in English that's informal to say sayonara. If you told
Even more.
somebody, it's funny because in English you could say sayonara, but it sounds very informal and polite if you were to say that.
I don't think so. I think it's like sometimes at work when I'm leaving because I'm obviously a foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
People go bye bye,
Bye bye.
and they're like my teachers or my principals. But I'll always say sayonara.
Sayonara.
I'm leaving.
Sayonara.
Yeah, you're eating it up. You're perfect right now. Okay, so
No.
this is where things get a little complicated. If you're working, this
Uh-huh.
next one, otsukare sama desu.
Okay, osukare sama desu.
Otsukare.
Otsukare dama. Fuck! Otsukare sama desu.
Yes, perfect. Otsukare-sama desu.
Otsukare-sama desu.
So, otsukare-sama desu is like, thank you for your hard work today and goodbye in a way.
Wait,
So when I'm
is that what you would say in Valorant then? Wouldn't you say that instead?
I've had a few of those in Valorant as well. I've had some people go otsukare, which is like the shortened kind of casual version, like otsukare, otsukare. So if I'm walking past my coworkers at work, and the school day is over, I'll get kind of like an otsukare sama deshita or otsukare sama desu or otsu if they're really old men and they don't care.
So when
So
they're old,
that's
they don't
like,
care.
thank you for your hard work, or like, thank God the day is over. You know, like, so like, you know, when you're walking around and maybe you get off work at 4 p.m. and everyone gets off at 4 p.m. and you run to your coworker, and you kind of are like, day's almost done, right? Like, it's letting them know, like, oh, I respect that we both worked today. And
Otsukare-sama
sometimes,
desu.
yes, otsukare-sama desu. And sometimes you'll even
Okay.
hear girls say it like after anime events. So like you're cosplaying all day, and your friend will jokingly be like, "Otsukare-sama desu," like, thank you for putting your all into today, but we finally ended the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's another one. So if you're leaving before people, uh, you would say like "Osaki ni shitsurei shimasu."
Huh?
Very different. I know. I didn't put this one down because I didn't think it was that relevant, but I'm just letting you know. So like if I'm leaving
Mm-hmm.
work and everyone is staying, everyone is still at work, but I get to go home before them, I would go "Osaki ni shitsurei shimasu," and they would go "Otsukare-sama deshita." Like, thank you for your hard work today, but like past tense. So deshita is like past tense.
Uh-huh.
So they're saying, thank you for your hard work today. And I'm like, I'm sorry for inconveniencing you by leaving early, even though that's when I'm supposed to leave.
Okay. Otsukare... Otsukare... Ah! Otsukare-sama desu. Right? Otsukare-sama desu. Oh?
Outside of that situation.
Huh?
Oh. O
Oh?
saki
Saki
ni.
ni
Osaki ni
osaki ni
shitsure.
kitsure?
Shitsure.
I can't read it.
Shi tsu
Su
de
de
ne.
ne
So remember how I told you like you touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth, but you say like an R sound?
uh-huh
De.
de
Perfect. Shimasu.
shimasu
Shimasu. Correct. So shitsure.
shitsure
Shitsure. So like an R sound, but the tongue touches the top of your mouth.
shitsure
Shitsure. Yeah.
Shitsu-
Shimasu.
shitsure
Yeah.
ni
Shimasu.
shimasu shitsure
Yes.
rimasu
Shimasu.
shitsure shimasu
Yes. Shitsure shimasu.
shitsure shimasu.
Subarashi.
What?
Good student. Good student. Shitsure shimasu. So that's like, I'm leaving, but thank you for your hard work, but I'm leaving before you. It's kind of like I'm sorry I'm leaving before you,
And the
but
and
not in a way that's like bad.
okay, and otsukare-sama desu
Yeah, perfect.
is otsukare-sama desu is the one where you're just saying like thank you for everything you put in today.
yeah, like thank you for your hard work today. Thank you for everything you put in today. Like thank you for even being with me today. It's just like a nice thing to say to someone who's helped you out today or has worked that day.
So you don't say the desu, or is that something else different?
Des is also very like formal. It's it's not super formal, but it's formal. So like when I cosplay with my friends or I'm saying goodbye to my coworkers who
Mhm.
are or like I'm walking past my coworkers in the hallway that are the same age as me. I'll just say Otsukare-sama.
Otsukare-sama desu.
Otsukare-sama. No, no des,
Otsukare-sama.
but just
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just Otsukare-sama.
Otsukare-sama. Otsukare-sama.
But
Wait.
like
So then, if I were to address you, it would be Otsukare-sama desu sensei, or is it sensei first?
I think you'd say like sensei, Otsukare-sama desu, but generally you don't. So in
Well,
Japanese,
to
we
address
don't
someone,
always
you don't
address
address.
specific people. It's just kind of like you make eye contact and you're addressing that person.
Really?
Or like in general, like yeah. So Japanese is very simplified to the fact that like we're not always referring to one specific person. If that makes sense. So
I
like
guess.
if I'm walking past a bunch of my coworkers, I'm not like Omina-san or anything. I'm just like Otsukare-sama, and they know it's all for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think English is the same, right? Like you're walking past a big group of people and you say good morning.
Well,
You're
no,
not like,
but
oh, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Maria. Like,
no, but you do
you're just
say
going, "Good
thank
morning."
you to people individually.
But I think you can also say thank you in a big group. Like if everyone like someone sings you happy birthday and you go, oh, thank you. But
So
like
is,
you might go, mina san arigato, like thank you everyone. So mina is like everyone.
mhm.
So here's the thing with Japanese. In English, things kind of have an order for the most part, right? Like you'd always be like, Greg, the subject. Thank you so much. The adjective. In Japanese, it can just be like, ah, arigato ne, Greg-san. Like,
Arigato.
oh, thank you,
Arigato
Greg.
ne.
Or you can say, oh, Greg-san, arigato gozaimasu. Like, Greg, thank you so much. So, so long as you have particles after it, you can put things in any order, which is very messy. That's where a lot of my students get messed up because a lot of times they'll say things in what they think the Japanese order of a sentence is, right? So a lot of my students will be like, Monday, today is. And I'm like, no, you have to say today is Monday. There's no, you can't mix that around. But in Japanese, you can mix it around. So you can say things kind of in any order. And it kind of makes sense for the most part. But that's kind of a way later lesson. Right now, we're going to get down to basics.
Okay.
So, last one. You're going to hear this all the time in Japan. You're going to walk into a store. You're going to walk into 7-Eleven. You're cruising in, and they're like, "Irashaimase." First off, if you're cruising to 7-Eleven, they say that, don't reply to it. They're on autopilot. If you reply to it, they get very nervous. They don't know.
Well, what if I do want to reply? What if I do?
You're going to put them in panic mode. They're going to go, I've never had someone reply to this. So Irashaimase is kind of like, welcome to our establishment or welcome.
Okay.
They don't expect a reply. If you reply, these people are going to freak out.
That's
not
fun
gonna know what
though.
to do.
That's fun though. You know?
Don't incite panic into
Why
the Japanese
not?
population.
Why not? Why not?
I did it one time, and that person was stressed. The rest I could tell because they followed me around the whole store, and I was like, I don't need help. It's like, well, you talk to them, and now they feel like they need to help you. In
That's
Tokyo,
funny.
it's different. They're like, "Irashaimase," and they will fully turn around and walk away from you, like before you can even say anything. In the countryside, they'll say "Irashaimase," and you'll be like, "Oh, arigatou gozaimasu," and they'll like, "Oh, I need to help this person now. They've spoken to me. They've acknowledged my existence." Anyway, you're gonna hear "Irashaimase" anytime you walk into a restaurant, and anytime you walk into a kombini, which is like 7-Eleven lesson. Irashaimase.
いらっしゃいませ.
Yeah, it's just kind of like welcome. Like, welcome
Okay.
to our store. How can I help you?
い
Kind
ら
of
っしゃい
like
ま
a
せ.
baseline word. Yeah, irashaimase.
いらっしゃいませ.
You're not going to use it much, but you will hear it all the
Well,
time.
what
in
if I
Japan.
decide to work at a convenience store in Japan for some
Well, if you
ungodly
work in
reason?
a convenience store, you're going to be beyond this lesson.
How do you know? What if they just happen to accept me for like no reason?
Then you're going to be throwing that irashaimase, and then you will be the person stressed when I approach you and go,
But you wouldn't know it's
arigato.
me.
助けて. I will know. I'll know from the cat ears.
No, there is no cat ears. They don't know. Okay, what's next?
We are on to the second part of our lesson. Our
Self-introductions.
Jiko Shokai.
G
Jiko
show G show
Ko.
Jiko shokai. Jiko shokai.
Yes. Jiko Shokai.
Jiko shokai.
So you remember how I told you about these like
Yeah.
SH sounds with an
Uh-huh.
O?
Mhm.
SHO. So
Mhm.
sho.
Sho.
So that's where that
Jiko
comes in. It's
shokai.
Shi, small, yo,
Mhm.
and a U. Sho.
Sho. Jiko
Yes.
shokai.
Sho.
Jiko shokai.
Shokai.
Jiko shokai.
Ooh, we're going a little fast. Okay. These are your most importance. Okay, so hajimemashite. Hajimemashite.
Hajimemashite.
Yes, hajimemashite.
Hajimemashite.
So hajimemashite.
Hajimemashite.
Yes, that's nice to meet you. So you go hajimemashite. So nice to meet you. All right.
Hajimemashite.
Yeah, just nice to meet you right off the bat. Usually, just that's what you start with when you're meeting all your coworkers. Hajimemashite.
Uh-huh.
Next follow up is name des. So Ashiri des. Sora des. So my name is.
Mine. Okay, so
Blah.
okay. So it would be Hajimemashite. What? What comes next?
So just your name. Your
Okay,
name.
so I just put my name. Hajimemashite. Sora desu.
Yes, Sora des. Hajimemashite. Sora des. That's nice to meet
Hajimemashite.
you.
Sora desu.
Nice to meet you. My name is Sora. You can make it more complicated by being like Oname wa Ashiri or Oname wa Sora. That's my name is Sora.
Uh-huh.
But you know, in English we do the same. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Ashley. We don't always say nice to meet you. My name is Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
So you can shorten it. And I think it's much more natural to just
But
say
you don't have to be
"Hajimemashite,"
you don't have to
like
be
this.
proper then? There's no
This isn't so much proper. In Japanese, they take out as much of the sentence as they usually can. Keep things rolling.
fill in the gaps
Never
yourself.
once after living in Japan have I ever had someone go, Oname wa name des. I've never had someone do that. And every time I've introduced myself, it's always just been Hajimemashite, Ashiri desu. I think the only difference is if you have a nickname, right? So, hajimemashite, oname wa Brian.
Hajimemashite. Oname wa Sora.
Brian desu. And then you would go like, oh, but Bree yonde kudasai. Like, please call me Bree, even though I go by Brian. So, like, nicknames.
Ah.
Because a lot of times you'll have like a name
Mm-hmm.
that everyone has read on the email. And if you want to be called something different, that's the only time you'll be like, oname wa something something, but please call me something something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time I've really heard oname wa used, but for the most part, hajimemashite, name, des. That's my name.
Hajimemashite. Sora desu.
Hajime
Hajime
mashite.
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 Hajime mashite.
So yeah. So it is mashite, mashite, but it's generally pronounced that mashite is pronounced very quickly and concisely. So mashite.
まして。
Yes.
はじめまして。
And then after you say those two things, if you're done with your introduction, you say yoroshiku
よろしく
onegai
お願います。
shimasu.
します。よろ
Yoroshiku
よろしく
onegai
お願い
shimasu.
します。
Yes.
Yoroshiku.
So yoroshiku onegai shimasu is like, please take care of me. Like, ooh, I'm so new and little.
So that
No,
works.
I'm joking.
Not, why? It's,
Yoroshiku onegai shimasu is just very formal way of just saying I'm new. Tell me what I need to do. So I know generally it's translated as please take care of me, because for a
Uh-huh.
literal sense that's what it means, like please take care of me, but it in a formal business setting it's more
Mhm.
just like
look after
help
me.
me out, let me know what I need to do. I'm recognizing that I am under you because I'm the new person. So anything that you need me to do, please teach me. I'm at your bidding.
よろしく。よろしく。
Yes.
よろしく。お願いします。What? No.
One
お願
guy
いし
she mas.
ます。よろしくお願いし、お願
Guy
い
she
します。お願いします。
Yes. Onegai shimasu. Perfect. Subarashi. Perfect.
お願いお願いまし、I can't. This is
It's
One-
very
お
difficult.
願いします。お願いします。
Perfect.
Okay.
You're
よろ
literally
よろしく
leagues
お願い
faster.
がし、What do I? よろしくお願いします。No. I don't know.
One.
お願いします。
Perfect.
お願い。I don't know. I keep messing something up. I think I'm
You're
messing.
doing perfect. Onegai
お願いします。お願いします。
It's literally just
よろしく
practice.
お願いします。
So yoroshiku
よろしくお願いします。
onegai.
お願いします。
Yes.
よろし
So,
く
like,
お願い
I'm gonna own
し
this
ます。
guy. I'm gonna own this guy. Onegai shimasu.
よろしくお願いします。します。
Yoroshiku. Yoroshiku.
よろしく
Yes.
よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。So it's よろしくお願いします。
Perfect.
But how would you say it? Flowing, okay. よろしくお願いします。Right? Or no, am I adding too many syllables? I think I'm adding too many syllables, right? よろし
It's
くお
definitely
願
something
い
that
し
just
ます。
takes time. That was perfect. That was literally spot on. That was so perfect.
Yeah, I was adding too many syllables and separating it.
I think because it takes time. So definitely when I learned Japanese, so I'm reading this Japanese section, right? I'm not reading the English.
Mm-hmm.
I would pronounce everything individual. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I
Mm-hmm.
would pronounce like every little syllable. Whereas once I lived in Japan and I heard people talk for a long time, it became yoroshiku onegai shimasu because it's very quick, right? So
Mhm.
I think it's like in English, right? People will be like, it's like nice to meet you. But once you have a natural speaker, someone that's very fluid with English, nice to meet you, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's very quick. Some things
Yeah,
are gonna cut
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think it just takes time. So let's review this real quick. Hajimemashite.
はじめまして、そらです。No, you don't say the you. I tried to say the you. はじまして、そらです。よろしく、right?
Yoroshiku.
よろしくに、no, so it's よろしくおにし、I forgot it.
Own a guy.
Own a
Own
guy.
this guy. Own a guy.
お願いし お願いします。お願いします。
Perfect.
So it's
So, hajimemashite.
はじめまして、空です。よろしくお願いしげ。お願い、I can't.
It's
I
okay, you
keep
can
messing up the last.
take it slow.
I keep messing up the last one. はじめまして。
I know, it's hard.
はじめまして。Right? はじめまして、空です。よろしくお願いします。So it's はじめまして、空です。よろしくお願いします。
Onegaishimasu. Perfect. You're getting this perfectly.
No, I'm pretty sure people learn it way better than I could learn it.
In the amount of time I've taught you, see, so I'm one of the people that when people come into my area of Japan, it's my job to teach them. This is something that I'm still working on with a lot of people 2 or 3 weeks into them being in Japan. And you are killing it right away. So
No, that doesn't mean I'm retaining the knowledge. We'll see next. I don't know, whenever you want to do
don't
this
worry,
again.
I'll send you this PowerPoint later. We'll review it later. Next
When-
time, right? I get
when
into
is-
Valorant with you.
Okay.
We do this once a week. Let's do this once a week. I
Okay.
teach you something new every week.
Okay.
So, with self-introductions, your Jiko Shokai, it's good to add things about yourself, right? Because naturally, when you meet someone, they'll be like, what are your hobbies? What do you like? What's your favorite color?
I don't
When's
think
your
that's-
birthday?
I don't think that's something I ask people ever.
So, this one's really good. So, you're a boy, so instead of watashi, you'll use boku.
Doesn't neko mean cat?
No, don't worry about it. So,
No.
a really
What are you
good-
trying to
a
say?
really-
What
a
are you-
really good self-introduction
No.
for
You're
So-
trying to get me to do
so-
something here. What are you trying to get me to do? Last time I checked, neko means cat. I may not know any Japanese, but I know that much. What is it actually saying?
Don't worry about it. So, some really good self-introductions for you, Sora. I've narrowed them down to the self-interest that I know you like, right? So, boku wa.
僕は猫派。僕は猫派。
Subarushi, that means I'm a cat boy.
No! That's not how that works! That's not fair! I knew that was what it was gonna say!
So, boku wa neko ha. I'm a cat boy. Beautiful.
No!
Subarushi.
No! That's not fair! That's not fair! That's slander! That's liable! You'll be speaking to my lawyers.
Anyway, this is a really, really good Jigo.
No!
Jigo Shokai for
No,
you.
I can't just introduce myself like that in the middle of stream.
I think you can.
No, I
think
can't. No!
I've VOD reviewed your videos. I know.
What do you
I
mean
know
VOD
you
reviewed my view?
introduce
You haven't
yourself.
seen any of my VODs. What are you talking about?
So, boku wa neko wa. I'm a cat boy. So, in Japanese, there's like watashi, which is me, I. So anyone can use that. That's very like anyone.
Because
Boys
you're referring to
or
yourself.
men will use boku,
Boku?
instead of
Boku?
watashi.
Boku?
Boku, yeah.
Boku?
Boku, yeah. So boku's
Like with a like bow, like a bowstring, or
yeah, like boku.
okay, so boku.
Perfect.
Boku wa nekoha. Boku wa nekoha. No. Huh?
The military in Japan refers to themselves in a gender neutral way. So that's jibun.
Jibun? You guys have a gender neutral, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Spanish doesn't have that.
But there's a bunch of ways that are kind of like, especially like by region, there's different ways to refer to yourself. I kind of always use watashi, but you also can just use your name, right? You can say like Sora wa nekoha, which means like Sora is a neko boy.
But
But
isn't
you're referring to
that
yourself.
so? You refer to yourself in third person? That's acceptable.
You can. Yeah, I do that all the time. I
So
always
the-
refer
to
as
drop your
Ashley.
name so people know, or
Yeah.
I guess it sounds weird. Like if I said that, people would think that I'm a little bit crazy.
In English, it's definitely strange, but because I think Japanese is such a language that you have to listen so deeply, it's okay because you're like reestablishing what the conversation
So it's
is
Sora.
about.
So it's Sora wa nekoha.
Yes, Sora is a cat boy.
Shut up! You made me say it. Okay.
You know, you flowed with it so fast too. You said it perfectly on the spot. I was
No,
like,
no. That's not how that works.
destiny.
This is why I'm not streaming it. I'm not no, I'm blooping that out. We're not
The
talking about it
next
ever.
one that I think is
Non-existent.
really important.
Uh-huh.
If you're not from Japan, they're always gonna ask you like, "Doko ni kara kimashita?" So like, where are you from? Doko ni kara kimashita? So you would say
Doku or boku? Is it doku?
doko. So doko
Doko?
means where.
Doko?
So like, where are you from? Doko, where?
Doko?
Kara kimashita.
Hara kirashita.
Kimashita.
Himashita.
Perfect.
Doko wa
Kara.
hara no wa, huh? Where is there
So
wa?
doko kara.
Doko kara.
Yes. Kimashita.
Doko kara himashita.
Kimashita.
Doko kara kimashita.
Yes. Doko kara kimashita. It's like,
Okay.
where are you from? Because, you know, you don't look fully Japanese. Like, I don't. I get that a lot.
それは USA. USA.
So
I
you
don't know.
would say, like, your country or your area. So I'll say, like, Los Angeles kara kimashita. I'm from Los Angeles.
But I can't just enter Sora like I did with the whole Sora is.
Well, because this is like where you're from, not who you are. So you would say like
guess.
Sora wa,
Mm-hmm.
location, kara kimashita.
Kimashita
So
is at the end. So you have to add Kimashita at the end.
Kimashita means like came from. Kara is like from. So like your subject of most sentences, right? So like you have like boku wa neko ha. That
Boku wa neko ha?
even though it's spelled with the ha symbol, boku wa, that's like the subject of your sentence. So when my teachers are talking about me to other people, they'll go, "Oh, Ashley wa California kara kimashita." So those little markers mean a lot in a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, California kimashita, Ashley wa." So like, "Oh, she's from California. Ashley's from California." So they can mix stuff around. So I would say like, "Sora wa location
California
kara
hara
ki mashita."
Sora
Yes.
Sora wa California himarashita?
So California
kara
ki mashita. So
California kara kara ki
mashita.
California kara ki washita. Kashita.
Mashita.
Okay. That's ma. California kara ki mashita.
Oh! Subarashi.
California kara ki mashita.
Yes, kara kimashita.
Do I have
Perfect.
to pronounce the California with more syllables then? I can't just say California? How am I supposed to say it? That's the question too. Do I use English accent, or would you like me to? Is it expected to use like for them to understand it?
I think so. In Tokyo, I'm definitely getting away with people. If I'm just like, where are you from? I'm like, California. They're like, oh yeah, like they know. But where I live, the countryside, there's not a lot of exposure to American media. English media in general.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I'm from California. And my students look at me like I have 3 heads. And I'm like, sorry. California. They're like, oh, why didn't you just say so? So a lot of Japanese English words. So right, there's no Japanese word for California.
Yeah, because it's a word that is made up. It's a name of something. Yeah. So there's no I would expect that.
So I had a student one time I do a lot of like listening practice with them, and
Mhm.
I do quizzes. So I talk to them. So I did a quiz where I was like, my favorite cake is chocolate cake. And this kid looked like he wanted to die. Like he didn't understand a single word out of my mouth. He was very scared and afraid. And so I explained to him in Japanese. I was like, chocolate cake ga daisuki. And he was like, oh, why didn't you say that? So cake, I say all the time around my students, they don't understand what I'm saying. And later, I'm like, cakey. They're like, oh, why didn't you just say cakey? And I'm like, I in English, right? Because
You
we know
don't
the word
pronounce the
cake.
E. Yeah, you don't pronounce the E, but they pronounce the E.
And it's just because of their back to the beginnings. It's to their alphabet, right? So
Uh-huh.
K key, K key.
Mhm.
That's how they would say cake.
Mhm.
Whereas in America, right, we're like cake, but for the most part, when we
No,
hear pancakey, we know that means pancakes. So I feel like Japanese borrowed words are easy for English speakers to understand.
It's because American English is just makes no sense half the time. Like pterodactyl does not say pterodactyl. Although do you guys say the P?
They have a whole different word for dinosaurs. I won't even lie to you.
No, I want to say pterodactyl. Come on. I
So
like
I think
pterodactyl.
here's some. So I'm gonna give you some Japanese borrowed words, and
Uh-huh.
you're gonna tell me if you know them. So aircon, aircon,
No.
aircon.
Aircon?
No, right? So that's how they say air conditioning. Aircon.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I'll give you
Yeah.
another one. Energy.
I'm not gonna try that one. Energy?
Energy.
Energy?
Yes, energy. That's how you say energy.
Energy? But how do you?
Because it's borrowed from German.
Yes.
Energy. It's
Yeah.
borrowed from German.
Da.
But if you're talking about a monster, right, like a rock star, 5-hour energy, you
Uh-huh.
would say energy.
Energy, because it's borrowed from
Energy.
English.
So energy is like energy in terms of like actual
Electricity and power
electricity.
and yeah.
Energy is how you would say like energy dorinku, like energy drink, like Monster or something
I'm
that's
not
got a
allowed to
lot of
drink energy
caffeine.
drinks.
Let me think of another borrowed word that we
I'm not allowed to drink a lot of things.
It's because energy drinks are bad for
They can't be
tabloids.
that bad. No. What are you trying to say here? What do you think? I'm gonna explode if I drink a fucking can of Bang?
Okay, so we call it Gai
Guy?
Rai Go or Wa Se Ego. So it's like borrowed words, like borrowed from foreign language.
Huh?
So do you know Aisu?
I
Aisu.
Isn't that just ISO?
Aisu.
No, I don't. Oh, ice cream?
Very good, very good, very good. Ice cream is Aisu. Aisu. Ice cream.
That doesn't make sense because you're forgetting the cream part, but okay.
We don't add the cream, we just say Aisu.
Then how do you say regular ice?
It's got a different word.
Oh my god.
So like we say ice can. So technically it could just be ice.
Okay,
like
but
ice.
but is there an actual name for it that isn't borrowed? Like, did you guys actually name it something else?
Not usually. Every time
Mm.
I've asked for like just ice in my drinks, I would say ice. Because again, Japanese is a language where you just really have to listen
Uh-huh.
because it's all contextually based on the specific conversation you're having. So I'll give you an easy one. Aidoru. Aidoru. Aidoru.
I don't know.
Aidoru.
Aidoru. No, I don't know that one.
So it's like idol, like
Oh.
a Japanese idol, like a.
But
pop
isn't
star.
that your guys' thing? I don't know. I thought idol was originating from Japan and stuff like that.
But it's a borrowed word. So
Is it?
next
From
one.
where?
This is short. So a lot of borrowed words are shortened. So
Uh-huh. Aidoru.
apato.
Apato. Apato. Apple?
Not quite. So I live in an apato.
Oh, apartment. Okay.
I live in an apartment. Very good. Very good. Very good. Trying to think of something. So this is a big one that you'll see on menus. Arukohoru.
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 Arukoru.
Arukoru.
Area code. No?
On a menu. On a menu.
Oh, it's on a menu?
Arukoru.
On a menu. I don't know what's on a menu.
So alcohol.
Oh, well, of
Arukoru.
course I don't know. That's not on my
Arukoru.
mind. I don't drink alcohol. How am I supposed to know this?
So this is one. Bata. Bata.
Batter? Butter?
Butter. Very good. Butter.
Butter or batter? Bata? Butter. Batter. That I know.
So another one. This is like a verb. Chaji. Chaji.
Charging?
Charge. Yeah, charging. Like so if I
Chaji?
go on a bus and I have my bus
Chaji.
pass,
Uh-huh.
I'll hand the bus driver my bus
Oh,
pass and
so
I'll
charge
say
like in money.
Chaji.
Okay, so
Chaji
charge.
dekimashita. Like, can I charge this? Chaji dekimasu ka? Like, can I charge my card? So I'll give you money. Put money on my card.
Mm-hmm.
So this is easy. Computer.
No, that's just computer. It's the same with here.
Computer.
The same with Spanish. Computer,
So good, so good.
computadora.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that's very similar. Oh, so you want to try and tell me what bread is in Japanese? Based off Spanish?
Pan.
Pan. Yes, pan is bread. Because Japanese has a lot of Portuguese borrowed words.
But cake is still cake.
Keiki.
Keiki. Right.
Keiki.
So cake is keiki, but bread is pan. Make it make sense, please.
They just have a lot of borrowed words. You have to bear in mind, Japan kind of got the speed run of foreign words right after World War II.
Yeah. Okay, next.
Where are we at? Self-introductions. Okay, we
Oh,
did
my house, yeah.
karakimashita.
Karakimashita.
So,
California
next one.
karakimashita.
So next one is hobbies,
Uh-huh.
right? Hobbies. Hobbies is shumi.
Shumi?
Shumi.
Shumi?
Yes, perfect. Shumi.
Shumi?
Shumi wa blah 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 blah. So
Shumi wa
video game.
Shumi wa video game.
My hobbies are video games. Shumi wa Valorant.
Shumi wa
hobbies.
Sonic Frontiers.
Period. My hobbies are Sonic Frontiers, though I think Sonic Frontiers
Has a different name because it is a Sega.
in
It would be it would have to be a different name. Unless it
I
is
just don't know
Frontier.
it off the top of my head.
Well, it is Sega, so I'm assuming that they have an entirely Japanese translation, but you know.
So Sonic Frontier in Japanese. Eh? Junichi Kanemaru? Wait, no, that's just the voice actor. I don't know how to say Sonic Frontiers in Japanese. I think it's just like Sonic Frontier. It is just Sonic Frontier.
Damn, that's interesting.
Sonic Frontier.
What do you guys not have a word for frontier?
We do, but I think for like a lot of games and stuff, it's more stylistic.
Hmm.
You know, like I think like Sekiro has like if you took the kanjis apart, it would have a meaning, but it just sounds cooler to call the game Sekiro. And like Yakuza, we could call it Japanese Mafia, but we just choose to call it, even though in Japanese, Yakuza is like a dragon.
Which would mean that Yakuza Like a Dragon would be Yakuza.
Mm.
Is that what it would
like
be?
Biohazard, like Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, they changed it. Yeah,
Biohazard.
Yeah, because I remember that
It's
was the
just
thing.
Biohazard.
Resident Evil, yeah, for you guys, it's Biohazard over there, if I remember correctly.
Yes, which is really funny because the eighth game
No, it was the seventh
was
game. It was the seventh one where it was.
seventh game. Yeah.
Yeah, seventh it was called Biohazard over here, and over there it was called Resident Evil. So it was Biohazard Resident Evil over there, and then here it was Resident Evil Biohazard.
Biohazard.
Yeah.
It was quite funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Really?
no, Sonic Frontier is
Sonic
Sonic
Frontier. Really?
So
Sonic?
let's focus on the basics. Shumi.
Shumi.
Shumi wa.
Shumi wa Sonic Frontier.
Yes, or anything you want to add. Shumi wa volleyball. Shumi wa karaoke. My hobby is karaoke. So shumi wa anything. Just add anything. When you're rolling.
Shumi wa streaming. What is streaming actually? What is streaming? Let me guess. You don't know. Do you know what streaming?
I was
I'm
gonna say
assuming you know what streaming is.
streaming.
I think you know. I don't
These
know.
are new words that we're just not really
Well,
taught
it
in
would be
Japanese.
broadcasting, if anything, right? It would fall under broadcasting. You could technically use broadcasting. Or no? I don't know. You watched a lot of streamers. I'd assume that you'd know what the word would be.
I know I failed you.
Damn.
It just
Watch-
says streamer.
Streamer?
Streaming.
Streaming.
But it looks like there's other words that are potentially used. It looks like there's a lot of difference. Streaming.
Which one do you think sounds the nicest or the best one, the goodest one?
So my favorite group just uses streamer, streamer.
Streamer. But yeah, but that's referring to a person, no? Or do you just say that in general? Streamer. Harimasu streamer.
It says people streaming via Twitch might say streamer, which is what I'm used to. And
Okay.
then
So it's Harimasu streamer.
Nani?
I don't know. I don't know. Say it.
So, well, okay. So if you were to say like I'm a streamer,
Uh-huh.
right? Like you'd say watashi wa streamer, not really like shumi wa streaming.
Shumi wa. So you don't say shumi wa then.
So for that you'd say like watashi, like I am a streamer.
Oh, so it's like the Neko Boy
Watashi wa
one.
streamer.
Okay. So okay, but what about your streaming would be?
Haishin.
But your hobby would be.
Is what other people saying. Haishin sha.
What about what about drawing or art? How would you say that one?
That could be a mix, because like art is very subjective. But if you just say like shumi wa yoga,
No, shimu wa kyoga.
Yoga.
Gyoga.
Yoga.
Byoga.
Yeah.
Byoga. Shimi wa byoga.
Yeah, shumi wa yoga.
Shimi wa
Or you
byoga.
could say shumi wa.
Shimi wa.
This is kind of difficult. E wo kaku
E wo kaku.
koto
Koko.
desu.
E wo kaku koko.
E wo
E wo.
kaku
E wo kaku.
koto
Koto.
desu.
E wo gaku koto.
E wa koku koto desu.
E wa gaku koko.
There's gotta be an easier way to say that. You could just say like shumi wa
Shumi wa.
e o
E o.
e
Shumi wa e o.
gaku.
E o wa e gaku.
Yeah, so e o
E o.
e
I
gaku.
gaku. E o wa I gaku koko.
So shumi wa
Shumi
e
wa-
o e
Shumi wa e o
e
e
gaku.
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 Koto.
Ko.
Yeah, yeah.
Gaku.
Koto.
Koto.
Yeah, let's go. So, 趣味は
趣味は
絵
絵
を
を
描く
描く
こと。
こと。
Yeah, like
趣味
my
は
hobby is drawing.
趣味は趣味は
絵を
OK 趣味は絵を描く
絵を描く
趣味は絵を描く
こと。
こと
こと。
こと
絵を描くこと。
絵を描くこと。
Perfect! I just had a little rhythm in there, and then you got it in a second. 絵を描くこと。
絵を描くこと。
趣味は
趣味は絵を描くこと。絵を描くこと。趣味は絵を描くMy tongue. 趣味は絵を描くことと。
Perfect!
Right?
絵を描くこと。
絵を描くこと。趣味は絵を描くこと。
Very good.
趣味は絵を描くことと。So, fuck, I fucked up.
No, you did perfect. So, last review. Because I don't want to overwhelm you today. You are still learning Japanese and you're doing perfect. But let's review our greetings. Good morning.
おはようございます。ございます。おはよう、おはようございます。おはようございます。ございます。おはようございます。ございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。Right? Would be so if I were to say it in rhythm, it would be おはようございます。Right?
おはようございます。
おはようございます。ございます。
Perfect.
おはようございます。And then こんにちは。
Perfect. こんにちは。
こんにちは。こんばんは。こんばんは。こんばんは。And then
So, good evening.
おやすみなし。No,
Nasai.
なさい。おやすみなさい。
Yes. Good night.
さよな
Goodbye.
ら
It's goodbye.
さよなら。
Good. Sayonara. Thank you for your hard work.
お疲れ様です。
Very close. So, お疲れ。
お疲れ様です。
Yes.
お疲れ様です。
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 Perfect. And then, welcome.
いらっしゃいます。
いらっしゃい
いらっしゃいます。
ませ。
Huh?
いらっしゃいませ。
But I thought, pronounce the いらっしゃいませ。
Yes, it's only the su that you kind of cut out.
いらっしゃいませ。
Yes, perfect. Nice
始
to
まっ
meet
て
you.
始まって空です。よろしくお願いします。
Very close, very, very, very close. You're like right there. So, はじめまして.
はじめまして、空です。No, so 始ま No, I don't say the you, but I want to say the you so bad. Every time I see a you, I want to
You
say
can.
it.
If you say desu, it's like very cute and it's very like
I'm
old
surprised you aren't
style
making. I'm
speaking.
surprised you aren't making me say it like that then, because according to you, you want me to be cute.
Oh, I mean, you can be like, sorry, desu.
Oh, it sounds weird, isn't it?
It does sound weird.
Huh? Yeah.
It does sound weird. I'm trying to teach you the
Yeah.
proper way.
Exactly. You have to teach me like to get along with Japanese people to
Yeah, I want people to be
understand.
like, this foreigner is weird.
They're already gonna think I'm weird. I'm a foreigner. はじませ、空です。よろしく、お願いし
Oh,
ま
that
す。
guy.
お願いします。
Perfect.
お願いします。
Onegaishimasu
Okay.
is perfect. So,
はじまし
Let's slow
て
it down a little bit. はじめまして.
はじめまして、空です。よろしくお願いします。
Subarashi! You have your Jiko Shokai perfectly. Jiko Shokai nailed.
No.
All right, the most important one.
Oh my god, of course I'm gonna say that one, don't you?
Yes. 頑張ります。僕
I can't.
僕は
Hold on, give me a second. You stop laughing. I. 僕は猫は。Meow.
Yes! Meow, meow, meow. They won't know meow. They'll know meow.
僕は猫は。にゃ。
Perfect.
Okay, so
Let's
if you were to
finish
say it in rhythm, it would be 僕は猫はにゃ.
Yeah.
There, you happy? You happy?
Happy, happy, 嬉しい、嬉しい。めっちゃ嬉しい。
Is that what you wanted? Did you clip it?
はい。はい、it's exactly what I wanted.
Did you clip it? God.
Next, where are
Uh,
you from?
California. I forgot this one.
Hara.
California Haraka. No, was it Haraka?
It's okay, it's okay. Kara.
Harakara. Kara.
So California.
California. California. Kara.
Ki.
Ki.
Ma.
Ma.
Shita.
Shita.
California kara kimashita.
California Harashikimashita. Nice.
Kara.
Hara.
Ki.
Ki. Oh, California Harakimashita.
So kara. So I know lots of Spanish speakers want to pronounce this hara, but it's kara kimashita. Kara kimashita. Kara kimashita.
Kara. California Kara. Hi. Now I've lost my
Ki?
train of thought. Karaki. Mashita.
Yes! Kara kimashita.
Karakimashita. California Karakimashita.
Subarashi! Perfect, perfect.
California
So you remember-
Karakimashita.
So hobbies.
Hobbies was
Remember?
she. No, was it?
You-
Huh? Shu. What? No. No, I don't remember.
Me?
Shumi. Shumiwa. Right? Shumiwa. Shumiwa. Streamer. I don't know.
Yeah. Shimiwa streamer. Shimiwa Twitch.
Well, Shumiwa
Shimiwa
Twitch.
YouTube.
Okay. Shumiwa Twitch. And
Or
how do you say
Shimiwa.
and? How do you say and? Do you guys have an and?
And so to is like
To?
so you'd say like Shimiwa guitar to volleyball. So like my
Oh,
hobbies
okay.
are guitar and volleyball. To is
Shuriwa.
and.
So, Shuriwa Twitch.
Shumi.
Shumiwa Twitch.
Yeah.
To YouTube.
Oh, my hobbies are Twitch and YouTube. Perfect! Oh my gosh, you did so good this lesson. And that's the end of my lesson. I thought this would be really good for you to just get your feet in the sand.
An
As
hour
they
and
say.
30-minute long lesson.
And you took in so much so well. So I will send you all of our notes from today, of course. But you are doing perfect. And I send you my notes, you practice them for a week.
Okay.
We regroup in a week. And I teach you even more super fun, useful Japanese.
I don't know.
And then I say in 2 months,
You're gonna
we
make
start
me say
playing
something.
on only Japanese servers on Valorant.
Well,
and then you walk in, you go, Boku wa neko.
No, who do you think I am?
Boku wa neko ha. That's the
You're
intro-
putting me in a
intro-
position that I can't. What do you think I am?
I think you're a cat boy.
But I'm not.
You're gonna make so many friends so quickly on these
No,
Japanese
I'm not.
servers.
No, I'm not. All the guys are gonna think I'm weird, and all the girls are gonna think that guy's weird too.
They're gonna be. There's no girls. There's no girls on the Japanese servers of
I-
Valorant.
Well, then all the guys are gonna be like, this guy is fucking stupid.
No, I think they'll be
No.
like mecha kawaii ne. So cute,
What?
so cute.
No, they would not.
cute, so
No, they
cute.
would not. That is a fat
I think you're
lie.
underestimating.
I am very much overestimating what's gonna happen.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, this Sora guy's so
No,
cute."
no,
So cute,
no,
Mr.
no.
Dan.
What's next? You're gonna have me do an all Japanese stream?
There'll be a certain point if you don't study enough. If you don't study what I teach you, I'm only gonna speak to you in Japanese. How's that?
No,
How's that?
no, no. You can't do that.
Forced integration.
Well, then why a week? Why once a week? At that point, I'm not gonna learn anything.
When I study Japanese, I learn every day.
I don't know.
Crack that
Reviewing.
book open. There's something new every day. So you're gonna be Metro Jozu. You're gonna be well on your way to that Hollow Live.
As if it wouldn't be HoloLive, it'd have to be Hollow Stars.
Trilingual.
Oh, they were having a HoloLive applications for California branch apparently, or something like that. I don't remember.
But you're next, because you're gonna be like, I speak 3 languages.
No, but I wouldn't be able to
crazy?
apply to it. No. Even then, I'm not a good streamer. I am very boring. Okay, so is that all for?
You are very good.
So is that all for this?
That is it for today. That is all for the lesson. I felt like an hour and a half would not fry your brain too much. Anything more, I think I might kill you.
No.
That's what we say.
Are you saying that
You
I'm
study?
dumb?
I'm not. I'm saying
Saying that I'm
this
slow?
is what I teach people that live in Japan, and this is what we cover.
But
in
you
1
teach them.
week.
But you teach. This is not what they cover in 1 week. You're lying. This is not what they cover
I'm
in
not
1 week.
even joking.
This is not what they cover in 1 week.
The only thing
please.
that we do more is that for this, I teach them how to write their name in English or
but that's
in
it.
Japanese. Their English name in Japanese, because
Well, you didn't do a
when
very
you
good
live in
job of that,
Japan,
did
you are constantly signing that. And this language stuff, these alphabets, this easily takes a week to a week and a half, 2 weeks.
You didn't teach me how to
That is
write
a
my
lot of
name,
effort.
really?
Yours is very easy. It's 2 letters. It's so and ra.
Yeah, but I saw Mashiasu.
I can type it in for you right now.
Oh my
Hold
god.
up. And machiasu, machiasu. That's 4. You're cruising, because that's already in Japanese. When I'm getting a girl, it's like, my name's Victoria. I'm like, there's no V in the Japanese language, so we're gonna improvise. Your name is now Victoria.
Biku's No.
But you're cruising through this. It's not good to overwhelm yourself with too much Japanese too quickly. This has nothing to do with being stupid. This comes with retention ability. So like, it is good to retain what you can and what is possible for your brain to retain. If I teach you too much, it's just all gonna get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. I guess. This feels kind of slow.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. This feels kind of slow. I'm used to school days lasting me about what, fucking 9 hours? Yeah, great times.
But how much did you fully retain from school all the time?
Apparently everything.
This is a language. This is something you have to be a little gentle with. And this is also a language where you're learning a completely new alphabet.
That is true, but analogies thinking
It's one thing to learn concepts, it's another thing to learn a whole new way of speaking. Because again, we're no longer in Western English style of speaking. We're now in a phonetic style of speaking. Is
that the alphabet?
Yeah, that's the alphabet song.
Why didn't you teach me the alphabet song?
That's the next lesson. I'm gonna
That
be
was
like,
the next lesson.
here's
Damn.
the karaoke.
You're gonna have me sing it?
Give you a worksheet. We're gonna go over these.
Well, then where's my worksheet for this week then?
I'm working on it.
You didn't have the worksheet ready?
See tomorrow. I had the PowerPoint ready. I wasn't sure where we're gonna end up at.
Where'd you think we're gonna end up at, huh?
You're a very
Your honest opinion.
fast learner. You're a very fast learner. You're faster than most of the people.
What page did you think we were gonna fucking end up at? I don't
No,
think.
I thought we were gonna get through this. I just didn't know if I was gonna be able to just go super fast, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I've got the alphabet memorized, and I can just write the whole worksheet in Japanese."
I cannot do that.
Yeah, see, we're one at a time. One at a time. The first part, we gotta learn this alphabet.
God. Why though? Why did you make me say that?
It's content. That's content for me.
That's not content. It's
good
my
content.
downfall. No, it's not. It's not
It
content.
keeps you entertained. Hey, my
What?
kids, when I'm teaching them English, I make them say, "I'm a silly little guy." And they're like, "What does that mean?" And I explain to them, and they'll giggle and laugh, and it keeps them engaged.
No, you're doing that because no, that's not how that works.
The Catboy agenda is staying on.
I don't know why your
Yeah,
Catboy agenda is on. Why?
Why not?
Why would you want a Catboy agenda?
Catboy supremacy.
Yeah, but Catboys don't make a lot of money.
I beg to differ, sir.
What Catboy do you know that makes a lot of money? Tell me right now. Zilch. None of them make a lot of money. None of them make any money. Exactly. No words. I win. Argument has been concluded. Thank you.
Anyway.